Hello and welcome to the Danebury Aces. Yes, this is the big one. After 4 years of running Grasstracks, the Danebury Club are putting on a real big one today called the Aces. Yesterday we had a fantastic meeting for the club riders. Again today the sun is shining, the track looks very fast, very quick, and I think we're going to see some fantastic racing. Hope you enjoy watching this DVD. Thank you. I've got with me Nick Radley, and you've been out for practice, and I see that you're busy working on the bike there, your mechanics now. What's the problem?
Yeah, we seem to have got a broken spoke in the rear wheel, but not only that, on the rear mudguard there's one of the stays is broken, so hopefully somebody's got some welding equipment and be able to weld it up.
What's caused this, and did a stone hit it, or just sort of old age on the bike?
Well, the bike's not that old really, but it's only done one full season, but I think it's just like a little bit of metal fatigue. It happens now and then, you know, you just have to live with it.
Now, you've had a good season, and of course you disappeared off the scene for a few years, but the last couple of years you've really got back into it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been quite fortunate really, you know, with the help from Shaun, Harvey and various other people, and two guys mechanicking me. But yeah, we had a layoff for about 17 years and decided to have a little return. And
was it that long, was it?
Yeah, it was 17 years, yeah.
Well, that went quick.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, and the kids have grown up really well, so yeah.
And we had a Sam Radley racing in the youth yesterday. Is that any relation to you?
Yeah, he's related to me in a roundabout way. It's my sister's little boy, so right. Yeah, my nephew, shall I say?
I thought it had to be some relation.
Yeah.
So you've got another Radley following on in years to come then. So we'll have that name in the results for many years, possibly.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, hopefully you'll probably progress, you know, and do well in the solos, or if not, go on to Sidecars.
Well, now you're back. You're staying?
Yeah, we'll give it a little bit longer, I think, because we've had a real good season, you know, and like I said earlier on, from help from, you know, my mechanics, you know, and my wife and kids and the sponsors as well.
Now, you've been out there practicing. It looks very, very fast.
Yeah, actually, I like to go a little bit faster. we're just trying one engine out, but you might see during the course of the day we might change engines, don't know yet. We're trying a number 2, should we say. We might try the number 1 later, we'll see.
Right, well, we look forward to seeing you on the racetrack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nick. Well, moving on from the 500 sidecars, we now go to the right-hand 1000cc, and we got Miles Simmons. And Miles, you've got both a Grasstrack and a sidecar outfit these days, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got a Grasstrack. We did buy a Sidecar Speedway bike from one of the Aussies when they came over for the Gold Cup. Yeah, we've done a couple of meetings on it just for a bit more fun than anything at the moment, really. It's quite hard to run the two and concentrate on the two, but yeah, Grasstrack is our main priority.
Yeah, because I saw you down at Plymouth, because I was doing it on the mic that day, and I noticed you were mixing it after a while. You were certainly mixing it pretty well with that one, but it's a very small track, that was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a small track down there. I think the smallest me and Kevin have ever rode, I think. But yeah, we enjoyed it. We just went there for a bit of fun, really, and get used to it, like you say. But Grasstrack is our main object, really.
And today, have you been out practicing?
Yeah, we just done a practice. Yeah, good, nice track. Yeah, when practice went well. Yeah, it was a nice track, nice size track. So hopefully, yeah, see how we go.
And Kevin, to your liking as well?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been for practice. It's feeling good, nice and quick, nice big bends. Just got to protect myself from the flint, that's all.
A few flints, is there?
Yeah, well, I was here yesterday watching, and yeah, I've seen a few rattling back.
Well, of course, the Southern Centre is always renowned for stones. It always has been and always will be, because that's the type of soil there is at the Southern Centre. Yeah,
that's right. Salisbury way, you always know you're going to have a bit of flint, but if you're in front, you won't have none. So that's our main priority, really. If we get in front, we'll be all right.
Now, you're not in Cornwall anymore. You live down in Kent, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we moved to Kent about 12 months ago. So yeah, purely, really, a lot of the travelling was to Cornwall. Was a long way, and obviously, you know, been doing it a few years. And then this year, when we moved to Kent, they had the Masters in Cornwall, so I couldn't win, really.
How did you get on in the Masters this year?
Yeah, we was fifth overall. We had a good Masters, really. Bad start and came good through the day. We missed one of our rides. Our ignition box packed up on us. A brand new one it was, and we missed one of our rides. Then we came back strong at the end of the day, and we was fifth. But yeah, we could have quite easily got on the podium, really. But that's the way it goes. It's on one day, and that's the way it goes.
Well, good luck today. Maybe we'll see you on the podium today.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Miles and Kevin. Well, busy work in here. We got Shaun, Harvey and Danny Hogg. What's going on here, Shaun?
We've had new headstock and forks made, and we just tried it in practice, and it's a bit too lively on the front. There's a bit few many ruts out there, and we're going to put the old one back on now.
Right, is that a major job?
It shouldn't be too bad, hopefully.
Now, how's your injuries coping? Because obviously after you won the British title, you ended up on the injured list.
Yeah, I ended up breaking my leg in the European finals, but hopefully we're getting there okay now.
Brilliant. Well, good luck today, and I'll let you get your bike sorted out.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Shaun.
Hold on.
We'll now move on to the right-hand Sidecars, and we've got Colin Blackburn and we've got Paul Whitelam Jr. and well, they've been out for practice, and you can tell us about it, Colin.
Yeah, it's good. We had an early practice, and now it's good. It's big. It's fast. We liked it. It was a little bit undergeared, so we've come back in, put a couple of teeth, on the back wheel, and just about to go out for another practice, and hopefully we've got it about right.
What sort of speed are you getting up to on the straight then, here on this track?
I wouldn't like to guess.
No?
No, it's quick. It is nice at the minute. It probably won't stay quite as nice as that, because the track that I had yesterday, it looked like it cut up a little bit, and there's a lot of stones out there. But hopefully, with it being a bigger track than yesterday, it won't be quite as bad.
Well, one person that can tell us about yesterday's track, of course, is Paul, and you did okay yesterday, but something happened in one of the races, didn't it?
Yeah, something happened, did it?
Well, I thought, didn't you stop, or something happened?
It wasn't my fault. He just went too quick into the corner and clipped me. Yeah. So the track's not bad. It's just a bit stony. Yesterday it did rut up a bit on top corner.
I think that's general with the soil that they have down here in the southern centre, though, with the stones. Because the only time I ever had my glasses broken when I was watching was an Ace of Aces meeting, and a flint come up. So I think that's general. I think always has been in these fields down here.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you mentioned the aces. I mean, the track, how it is with it going down the dips, it has got that sort of Ace of Aces feel to it.
Well, it's called the Danebury Aces. This is the new Aces.
Yeah, no, well, just hope it goes from strength to strength, and and lives up to that.
Well, the club have done a fantastic job. This is the 4th year of running Danebury meetings, and of course they've gone for a big one this time, and I think they'll just get bigger and better. They've really got a fantastic band of helpers, volunteers and workers in the club, so I think it's a good breath of fresh air for the sport.
I hope it all goes well and continues to. I think that's the first time I've been down to this club, actually. But hopefully everything will be okay and we'll be down here again.
Brilliant. Well, have a good day, and see you on the racetrack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, we've seen some sidecar boys. Now we're going to have a chat to some solos, and we got Tim Nobes, fresh from winning the Wimborne Whopper. Congratulations to you on that one.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
You're really going well this year, aren't you?
Yeah, I've had a few bad meetings, but I'm starting to get it all together and get it going in the right direction with my stuff.
And I suppose now you're going to get some invites to all the top meetings. I believe that you've been burn up, is it?
Yeah, I've just been invited to do burn up. Kevin spoke to me earlier about it, and I'm in that one.
So we're not going to see you at these local meetings anymore down my way?
I can still do a few when I got time to.
Internationals? You going to do any internationals?
Yeah, we've got a bloke come down and see me at the Astra meeting. He's got a contract for me to ride over in Germany, do some meetings over in Germany. We had a few offers from doing some in Holland and whatnot, but we want to do more of the German or the French ones at the moment.
Brilliant. And have you done any French ones yet?
No, we're supposed to do the
Marmande?
The three. Looks like we've got 3 corners. That one, yeah. But I think I'm doing it next year. There's been talk about it, but otherwise, and plus the fact I was supposed to be at Osnabrück last week, but I couldn't do it.
Who's helping you with the bikes these days? What bikes you on?
RTS ones. Roger Taylor's doing us a sponsorship deal for riding his stuff and just trying to promote the stuff more, keep it going. So it's all going well at the moment.
You've got a good backer there, he knows what he's talking about with bikes. And
Yeah, I've always been there ever since I was a kid, like when I was 6 years old and stuff, and just going through. But ever since I've been mainly doing adult races, more followed me and stuff.
Should go well today on this fast track.
Yeah, it's a track I like. It's a bit. So I just went out and practiced. It's a bit stony, but if you can get out in front and get out of the way, it should be all right.
You won't notice any stones, will you then?
No, hopefully if I can keep it going, it should be all right.
Brilliant. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you. Maybe we'll see you on the rostrum later.
Okay, hopefully.
Thanks so much, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've got with me now Duncan Tolhurst and Terry Saunders, and they made history because, Duncan, you are, in fact, obviously Terry as well, but mainly Duncan here, because you're the only person to win a solo Wimborne Whopper and a sidecar Wimborne Whopper. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, I last week I was saying it was in 81, but no, I do now know it was in 83, and yeah, and I remember it very well. A lot of competition there that day, and very wet that day, and yeah, a bit like last week, couldn't really put a foot wrong that day, so it was good.
Now, I've seen you as well, both of you back on the Sidecar Speedway. That's good to see as well. You're doing the meeting tonight?
Yeah, racing tonight here. After here, just pack up and head up towards and race tonight. Hopefully go well tonight.
It's good to see you back on the Sidecar Speedway doing both. I know there's obviously their sister sports, and what made you decide to return? Because you were missing last year, weren't you?
Yeah, I mainly returned this year purely because I had a place in the FIM meeting at the Isle of Wight, and yeah, I thought it was only right I take my ride, and to do that I needed to have a bit of practice first, and I had a bit of practice, and yeah, I enjoyed it this year. So, and I've got a regular passenger now, and he's enjoying it. So yeah, it's working quite well.
Yeah, because you had, was it Rob Patterson last year, the Australian, wasn't it, or the year before? Last year, was it? Yes, it was.
No, I didn't. I had Rob on the grass last year, and I had him again for 3 meetings this year, what were fairly successful. But he's back home now, and yeah, I've met up with Terry, and yeah, and things are going really good. Pleased.
So yourself, Terry, you're now obviously the permanent passenger for Duncan Tolhurst here. What's your background on the racing on the Grasstrack scene?
Well, I've been a passenger really for about 3-4 years now. I used to ride with Trevor Colvin, and then we had a bad smack a couple of years ago, and he broke his leg. So I was just sort of jumping on like people who needed a passenger, and then Duncan's asked me for this year and then next year, so I took the opportunity.
Brilliant, and obviously you've got a good driver there now, so you'll be in the awards quite a bit, I should imagine.
Yeah, should be, yeah, hopefully it'll go well.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations again on last week, and see if you can do the double, and of course you might be able to get a double-double today, because you might win the Sidecars tonight as well.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Well, with me now is Andrew Appleton, and Andrew's had a fantastic season, the new British Masters champion, and he even went out yesterday, and I thought that was brilliant of you yesterday to let the trophies go to the other guys.
Yes, yeah, I just come down, and I was doing a little bit of testing on the bike, and you know, it was a club event, and you know, I just thought the other boys would rather have the trophy than me, really. So
I thought it was a lovely gesture, so well done.
Yes, I've had a good season this year, so yeah, I just wanted to have a little play with the bikes and have a bit of fun, really.
Of course, concentrating on grass track these days and long track.
Yeah, I think it's paid off this season, to be honest. I started off with Eastbourne for 5 meetings just to get me back into the swing of things, and yeah, I think it's paid off, really. This is probably the best year I've ever had, really. So.
Well, we were looking forward to seeing you at Bristol, but you were pulled away to go off to France, weren't you?
I would have rather been at Bristol, to be honest, instead of the last chance race in the World Championship. But yeah, the main thing is for next year, I'm in the Grand Prix now from the Marmont meeting that I done a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, so I can sort of concentrate on next year now, and knowing that I'm in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, was it 7th and 11th you've had? Is it in the Grand Prix in the past? Or was it 6th and 11th?
Yeah, 6th and 11th, and that. So hoping to improve on that.
Upwards and onwards, yeah.
Yeah. So a bit disappointment at the European final the week before Marmont. I was just about to make a move on Stefan Kapp for the lead, and my belt broke. So yeah, after the Masters win, I really wanted to win that, but you know, these things happen. And
sounds like you're all geared up for next year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all the machinery's going well. Klaus Lausch, my tuner's done a really great job this year, and everything's going well. So I can't wait for next year. I don't want this season to end.
Well, today, of course, you're supporting the Danebury club again. It's great to see you here. They certainly do a good job, don't they, Andy and all the team?
Yes, you know, I turned up yesterday because obviously I rode yesterday and looked at the track, and it impressive. Really impressive. It looks very good setup here, and just hope that he gets a few people in the gate and to support the
I noticed they're coming in. I know it's starting to fill up.
Yeah, that's good. So they've got a fantastic field here in practice. I wanted to go out again and again, but yes.
Very fast, isn't it?
It is fast. Yeah, it's very fast, and it's a bit like the Ace of Aces track a couple of years ago. So yes, I'm looking forward.
You never got to ride on that, did you? No, you were too young.
That high watching.
They did have a youth meeting there one year, I think, on the inside of the track.
Yeah, I didn't do that one, but no, I used to go there every year and watch my heroes and that, So.
And now everybody's watching you as their hero.
Yeah, it's nice to have Steve Schofield produce the trophy at the Masters for me. He's one of my heroes, So yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, in about 20 years, you'll be presenting trophies as the next champion as well.
I will see.
Anyway, have a great day. Thank you very much, Andrew.
It's all right. Thank you.
Right, here we go then. This is the Danebury Aces, race number 1, the 500cc solo. The young ladies move out of the way of the racing and we're ready for action. Andrew Appleton gets a beautiful start there, the British Masters champion. Andrew was in good form yesterday, winning all his races, and here he is again, looking very, very impressive. He'll be in the Grand Prix next year, will Andrew Appleton. Then we've got number 15 in second place, Martyn Sturgeon. Behind Martyn Sturgeon is Gareth Hickmott, and that's the order. But Andrew Appleton's absolutely flying here in this first race. Of course, concentrating these days on grass track and long tracks. And has had a fantastic season. Andrew Appleton leads. Martyn Sturgeon in second. Gareth Hickmott third. Steve Leigh in fourth. Anthony Bougourd in fifth. Rory Coville is next. Rory, who was unlucky and broke down yesterday, with good position. Then it's Adrian Cutler, number 97. Followed by number 10, and that's Mike Gosling in addition. Mike Gosling in addition to the programme, about to come under pressure because here comes Andrew Appleton closing in. As he goes by, I think Mike Gosling wondered what was going on there as he flew past. Now I think Hickmott still chasing Martyn Sturgeon. No change in those positions then. And now Andrew Appleton comes around for the checkered flag. There he goes. Andrew Appleton wins race number 1. And look at the gap. Here comes the second place one. Martyn Sturgeon, Gareth Hickmott, Steve Leigh, Rory Coville and Anthony Bougourd are the top 6, and we wait then as Adrian Cutler comes around for that 7th place. The result, a win for number 4, Andrew Appleton. Second, number 15, Martyn Sturgeon. Third, number 7, Gareth Hickmott. In 4th place, number 93, Steve Leigh. 5th, number 36, Rory Coville. In 6th place, number 2, Anthony Bougourd. 7th, number 97, Adrian Cutler. Winning time, 1 minute 27.51. 1 minute 27.51. Well, first one up there is number 24 up to the tapes, Adam Filimore. Adam had a good day yesterday. Steve Braidford there with the red helmet on, right centre track next to Rob Snow. Simon Cohu went well very quickly yesterday, number 60 from the Channel Islands. Tim Nobes is going to be on the inside, number 12. Off the line they go. That is Phil Ashcroft who gets And it looks as though Steve Braidford has got problems. He's slowing, he's looking down his machine. So already one of the favourites having problems out there. And it looks like he's come to a stop. Tim Nobes, Phil Ashcroft please. Tom Cooper second, Tim Nobes third, Simon Cohu fourth, Adam Filimore fifth, Rob Snow in sixth. Well, Phil Ashcroft looking very, very impressive. Former Midland Centre champion. He's won the title at least 3 times and well clear at the moment. And one of the favourites there, Steve Braidford, heads back up to the hill at the paddock, and problems there for Steve, as we said on that first lap. The yellow-black flag goes out. Phil Ashcroft from the Midlands end with 1 lap to go from Tom Cooper, 1:53. And then Tim Nobes in third, Simon Cohu, followed by Adam Filimore. Rob Snow is the other rider. He comes over the line to start his final lap. Phil Ashcroft recently won the Ken Melksham Memorial Trophy. And looking very, very impressive as he goes over the line ahead of Tommy Cooper, 1:53. Tim Nobes has slowed as well. He's looking at his machine. Adam Filimore gets third, Simon Cohu gets fourth. Now obviously Tim will push in for the points. Rob Snow's coming around as well. Rob Snow then gets 5th place, and that means that Tim Nobes will get 6th place. Andy Knight to contact Chris Maidment, please. Andy Knight, that's it, you got it, thank you. Right, official result. And the unlucky Tim Nobes there with a long push back up to the pits, but the result, a win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second, 1:53, Thomas Cooper. In third place, number 24, Adam Filimore. Fourth, number 60, Simon Cohu. Fifth, 189, Rob Snow. And sixth, number 12, Tim Nobes. Winning time, 1 minute 35. 1 minute 35. And we've got Martyn Williams. He was going very quick in practice. We've got Richard Smith out. Chris Johnson, the new Southern Centre champion, is out in this one as well. Number 23, Chris Johnson, then comes up to the line. Tim Kernock, one half of the Midland Centre Championship winner this year, along with Tim Nobes, also winner of the Free County Show Grasstrack. Richard Smith, who did so well in the Masters this year, has also been a specialist in the 250s and the 350s over the years. Chris Johnson also rides for the Isle of Wight Speedway. Off the line they go. Martyn Williams gets a good start. Martyn Williams there ahead of Tim Kernock. Richard Smith in third place. Tim Kernock goes round the outside of Martyn Williams. Martyn Williams holds him off. Tim Kernock right up his back wheel as they go down the back straight, and these 3 riders are broken away. Richard Smith there in third place, and all well clear. Well, I called him Tim Kernock, didn't I? But of course that's Chris Johnson is up there. Tim Kernock is actually quite a way back down the field. And Chris Johnson, the Southern Centre champion, is the rider who was challenging Martyn Williams. Martyn Williams then leads this one, the young man from Newington, Gloucestershire. Martyn Williams then from Chris Johnson. And Richard Smith slowing up, looking down his machine. That's bad news there. Veteran Phil Harris is next, number 297. Then Tim Kernock, followed by Phil Spencer. Bill Haynes, a local boy who lives just 6 miles down the road. He's number 11, an addition to the programme. So 1 lap to go for Martyn Williams. And Chris Johnson has no answer at all to Martyn at the moment. Phil Harris is come by Richard Smith. Richard Smith still coasting, but very, very slow indeed, so problems there. Then Tim Kernock still ahead of Phil Spencer and Bill Haynes. The checkered flag's made ready then, and Martyn Williams takes victory in race number 3. ahead of Chris Johnson. Phil Harris gets third place. Richard Smith still coasting, comes in for fourth. Interested to find out what's happening with him. Tim Kernock gets fifth. Phil Spencer is sixth. Billy Haynes gets seventh. The result, a win for number 25, Martyn Williams. Second, number 23, Chris Johnson. Third, 297, Phil Harris. Fourth, number 33, Richard Smith. Fifth, 726, Tim Kernock. Sixth place, 921, Phil Spencer. Seventh, number 11, Bill Haynes, and a winning time of 1 minute 36.31. Now we move on to the 500 Sidecars. Well, coming up to the tapes number 23 there, and number 23, Tony Starke was a passenger yesterday to Dean Norton. They got in the trophies. Tony Starke's passenger today is Peter Halday. Number 11 is Jojo van der Verve and Eric van Dijk from Holland. Outfit number 11. 69 is Scott Francis and John Skinner. John, of course, passenger to his dad, usually with Fred Skinner in the right-handers. Tony Starke gets a good start from the outside. And into the lead he goes, the former solo rider. Very versatile, as I said, got on the chair yesterday. Tony Starke then needs this one, number 23. And a lot expected of the Dutchman, but he's quite a way back. So Tony Starke it is. Followed by number 3, Lester and Anthony Goodwin. Then number 69, Scott Francis and John Skinner. And Jojo van der Verve and Eric van Dijk are back. Well, Tony Starke looking very, very impressive here. And certainly got the beating of Lester Goodwin with Scott Francis, the former Southwestern Centre 500cc champion, holding third place. Well, the Dutchman there, Jojo van der Verve, is at the back. Yellow-black flag goes out onto the final lap. And well, Lester Goodwin and Anthony Goodwin are actually closing on Tony Starke and his passenger Peter Halday. We may see a change, but Tony Starke is looking very impressive, but keeping him a watching brief there in second place and following all the way around there, number 3. And it's not going to change, it's going to be a win for 23. He's pleased with that one, hand goes in the air for Tony. So 23, 3 and 69 and number 11. The result, a win for number 23, Tony Starke and Peter Halday. Second, and number 3, Lester and Anthony Goodwin. Third, number 69, Scott Francis and John Skinner. And in fourth place, number 11, Jojo van der Verve and Eric van Dijk. Winning time, 1 minute 47.07. 1 minute 47.07. Number 49 then coming up to the tapes, that's Brian Canning and Steve George, the colourful character out there. 111 is Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing. That's 111 from Holland. Andy Kerrison, who rides on the continent quite a bit these days, he's racing number 8 with Richard Filimore in the chair. They went very well yesterday. And we've got 56 Wayne Reed and Clive Preston out. Wayne Reed and Clive Preston recently winning the 500 Sidecar Wimborne Whopper. Dutch crew. Mark Detz it is who hits the front first. Certainly can't miss him in that colourful livery as he goes down the back straight, pulling away from the rest of the field. There's a battle for second place though, with three outfits chasing that second spot as 1-1-1. Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing lead. Andy Kerrison, Wayne Reid, and then Wilfred Detz, the other Dutchman. They're the riders that are doing the chasing at the moment. Andy Kerrison, of course, used to racing against the Dutch and the German outfits, always on the continent racing. The former solo speedway rider for the Isle of Wight, Andy Kerrison in second place. So no change there, but number 4 closing in. Wilfred Detz and Dennie Detz, they're closing in on Andy Kerrison. So we could see a Dutch 1-2 here, but at the moment it's Andy Kerrison. Andy goes a bit wide there, and the Dutchman closes up, right up on the inside. The battle's on here now. Andy Kerrison goes wide, he's let the Dutchman in. So we now have 2 outfits there from Holland leading this one, 1-1-1. Followed by number 4, Wilfred Detz. Wayne is back in 4th place, Wayne Reid that is, and then bringing up the rear, number 49, Brian Canning and Steve George. And now, number 4, Wilfred Detz and Dennie Detz are trying to close in on 1-1-1, but the checkered flag goes out. Mark Detz then wins race number 5. So 1-1-1, 4, 8, 56 and 49, that's how they came over the line. The result, a win for number 1-1-1, Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing. In second place, number 4, Wilfred Detz and Dennie Detz. In third place, number 8, Andy Kerrison and Richard Filimore. Fourth, number 56, Wayne Reid and Clive Preston. And in fifth place, number 49, Brian Canning and Steve George. Winning time, 1 minute 47.74. 1 minute 47.74. The numbers were 1-1-1, 4, 8, 56 and 49. I see Tony Cook out there, the injured Tony Cook, of course. He should have been racing today. He looks like he's keeping in charge of all the starting marshals. I don't quite know what he's saying to all those young ladies there. What are you doing lifting your shirt up, Tony? So, number 72, first up to the line, the British champion Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. 1, 2, 3 coming up now. That's Paul Moorcock and John Cook from Essex. Also in this one, number 57, Mike Reid and Mark Hopkins. Mike Reid, of course, won several centre championships in his time. Very experienced 500cc racer. Number 21, he's got himself sorted out with his welding gear. That's Nick Radley and Craig Mathison. And the other outfit coming up the line, 156, that's Alan Morgan and Martyn Boyd up in the Shropshire Bridge North. I wonder if you all realise that we're actually on the site of the old Stockbridge racetrack, the horse racing track that was used between 1735 to 1896. There's a bit of history for you. And they used to have thousands of people here and used to watch the horse racing. Off the line they go. And a very even start as they go up the hill. Well, these two had some battles over their times, haven't they? And Shaun Harvey right up there behind Nick Radley. And these two pulling well clear now of the others. Coming round towards us. No change there. Nick Radley, Craig Mathison. Shaun, Harvey, Danny Hogg right up there behind them. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 Walcock. And behind them it is Alan Morgan. And Mike Reed not doing quite so well in this one. So Mike Reed quite a way back, of course, on home turf down here in the southern centre. Well, the two quick boys up front heading for their final lap. Yellow black flag goes out. Still Nick Radley, Craig Mathison, hold on. Shaun, Harvey and Danny Hogg. They're both pulling away from the third place one, Paul Moorcock and John Cook. And now a gap is opening up as Nick Radley starts to pull away even further from Shaun Harvey. The checkered flag's being made ready, although Shaun's trying to close in as they come down towards the checkered flag. He's left it too late, I think, or has he? Right on the line! Nick Radley, incredible finish there. 21.72 and 1, 2, 3. Wow, what a finish that was. A win for number 21, Nick Radley and Craig Mathison. In second place, number 72, Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. Third, 1, 2, 3, Paul Moorcock and John Cook. Fourth, 1, 5, 6, Alan Morgan and Martyn Boyd. And in fifth place, number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Hopkins. Winning time, 1 minute 46.41. 1 minute 46.41. Right, the outfit's sorted out on the line there. We're ready to go then with race number 7. Off the line they go. Well, we've already got 3 outfits in this one. And Rob Wilson there and Nicky Owen. Of course, Mark Warren, as you heard, is gone out with a blown valve after winning yesterday on the smaller track. Well, Rob Wilson looking very impressive, pulling away from Mark Heatley. Mark, local boy, races on the local scene. Well, Rob Smith, as I say, Rob Wilson, Nicky Owen, absolutely flying here, and half a lap lead, would you believe? Wow, what about this? An absolute dominating this one. Rob Wilson. Absolutely incredible. He wins race 7 by a proverbial mile. Right, win there for number 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen. Second was number 3. Well, we're not sure. That might have been that was Lester Page and Paddy Monk, we believe. He was riding 52 yesterday, so we presume that was Lester Page there at number 3. So 3 Lester Page and Paddy Monk. And in third place was 124 Mark Heatley and Martyn Davis. Winning time 1 minute 39.18. 1 minute 39.18. The numbers were 24, 3 and 124. First up then to the line, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whiteland Jr. Paul was actually racing yesterday, driving. Colin Blackburn there, first up there, number 25. Not 125 as it says in the programme, but number 25. We've got the man who made history there, Duncan Tolhurst, nearest to us. Duncan Tolhurst, number 74. And Duncan, of course, won the Wimborne Whopper right-hand sidecar title, but he won the solo title back in about 1983, I think it is. Also Richard Thomas out there. Off the line there you go, Richard Thomas gets a good start. So does Colin Blackburn. Duncan Tolhurst on the outside, and his Cornishman Richard Thomas hits the front first. Going round the outside, Duncan Tolhurst, and coming through on the inside, Colin Blackburn. But no, Richard Thomas holds him off. 3 abreast as they go down towards the fence. Incredible racing here. And Colin Blackburn gets ahead. Colin Blackburn then leads. And Duncan Tolhurst now comes through as well. So Duncan Tolhurst now comes through. Incredible race action here. Duncan Tolhurst, Colin Blackburn, and Richard Thomas goes out after that fantastic start. In third place, number 81, John Stafford, and then it's Cornishman Phil Sims. But it's now a two-way battle for the lead with Duncan Tolhurst out there with Terry Saunders in the chair. He's got a busy day today because he's racing in the British Sidecar Speedway Championship tonight as well. And Duncan Tolhurst leads down the hill from Colin Blackburn and Paul Whiteland Jr. Those are well clear of the next place. And there's a real battle going on for third place. But up in the third goes 183 Ian Lee Amos and Simon Beanie. They had a terrible start and they fought their way through. They're up in the third spot. But no disputing the leader at the moment. So coming down for the yellow-black flag, Duncan Tolhurst and Terry Saunders. No change, Colin Blackburn still chasing there with Paul Whiteland Jr. in the chair. Then Ian Lee Amos. Terrible start for him with Simon Beanie in the chair. They're now pulling well clear though. Number 81, actually looking down his machine. That's John Stafford with Fraser Sutherland. They were actually looking down at their machine as they went round, but behind them is Phil Sims, the Cornishman. As Duncan Tolhurst takes a checkered flag from Colin Blackburn in race number 8. Ian Lee Amos gets third place. The result, win for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Terry Saunders. Second, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whiteland Jr. In third place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Simon Beanie. Fourth, number 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. Fifth place went to number 8, Phil Sims and Daniel Bray. Winning time 1 minute 41.11. 1 minute 41.11. So race number 9, we've got Ivan Matthews in this one with Dave Hogan in the chair. John Hiscock and Gareth Bedminster, regulars here at the Danebury Club meetings. Paul Whiteland and Ian Whale also out in this one, the former British champions. So a couple of former British champions there. Also John Hiscock, of course, the reigning South Eastern Centre champion, all in this one. Tim Warren's a non-starter. One extra one in this, number 17, Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath. Number 17. So, nearest to us at the commentary box, it's number 92, Paul Whiteland and Ian Whale. Ian just getting the groove right there. Next to him, going across the line, we've got John Hiscock. And John's passenger. Ivan Matthews tight on the inside. Ivan Matthews got a good start. But it's John Hiscock who hits the front first with Gareth Bedminster. Well, John Hiscock had an absolute flyer here. Always goes well at the Danebury Club meetings. But coming under pressure at the moment. So come down towards us, John Hiscock. Gareth Bedminster out in front. Paul Whiteland in second place. Ray Westbrook in third. Darryl Sweden in fourth. And by golly, what's happened to Ivor Matthews? He's coasting there. He's got problems with that bike. So one of the red hot favourites there with problems right at the back. So John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister out in front and leading this one. Paul Whiteland still chasing. Paul Whiteland leading well then. These two broken away. Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath there going well. And Ivor Matthews has pulled onto the infield, so problems there for Ivor. Ivor, another one of the outfits who's going to be at Swindon tonight, so hopefully he's not using the same engine. So, yellow-black flag there, John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister. Paul Whiteland is not too far behind though, with Ian Whale. And then Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath. And Paul Whiteland's closing, he's visually closing there on John Hiscock. Onto the last part of the lap here, and Paul Whiteland's right up there behind John Hiscock. They come around those pit turns. And it looks like John Hiscock's going to hold on for a win, but Paul Whiteland's right there, right behind him, but John Hiscock's going to be there for victory. Paul Whiteland there, screaming over the line in second place, followed by number 17, Ray Westbrook. And then it is 44, Darryl Sweetland. And then Ivor Matthews comes round for a place, so he got that bike going, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. A win for number 184, John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. In second place, number 92, Paul Whiteland and Ian Whale. In third place, number 17, Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath. Fourth, number 44, Darryl Sweetland and Mike Bishop. And in fifth place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Dave Hogan. Winning time, 1 minute 45.15. 1 minute 45.15. 514 is Ryan Partridge and Alan Elliott coming up to the tapes first there. 93 Andy Simons and Darren Wills. And there's a colourful, look at this colourful character here, Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson with Russell Little. If you see his outfit, his gear that he's got down in the paddock, and his race wagon, etc., it's all done out in multi-colours. Very, very colourful character indeed, with number 7 on his helmets there. Nearest to us now, Andy Simon. Paul Johnson does get a good start. Very, very tight first corner that was, and Paul Johnson it is leads. Paul Johnson then number 7 with Russell Little in the chair. Wayne Westaway also got a good start, he's back in 4th place. The son of Ken Westaway, another one, Fort Cornish ace from the years gone by. Paul Johnson it is, and Miles Simmons. And number 2, Steve Smith. Steve not getting quite such a good start as the front 2. Steve Smith just ahead of Wayne Westaway, but the front 2 have broken away then, and Miles Simmons and number 9 and Kevin Woodley battling with Paul Johnson and Russell Little. Paul Johnson then leads, Russell Little in the chair with the Cornish boys behind him, Steve Smith, then Wayne Westaway, followed by Ryan Partridge, and then Andy Simons brings up the rear. Andy from St Austell with Darren Wilson in the chair. It's getting very, very close up front as Miles Simmons tries to close in on Paul Johnson. These two have broken away. Still Paul Johnson holds him off. But Miles Simmons is not going to let him get away. He closes right up. He looks at the inside line. Paul Johnson holds him off as they go down the back straight away. It's Paul Johnson who just holds off Miles, but Miles is closing in. He's going into the corner very, very quickly indeed. Are we going to see a change as they come round towards the checkered flag? Around those pit turns, and Paul Johnson's just there ahead of Miles Simmons. Miles Simmons looks at the inside line, but it's going to be Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson wins. Miles Simmons gets second. Steve Smith gets third. Wayne Westaway fourth. Fifth was Ryan Partridge, and in 6th place, Andy Simons. And we'll give you the official result of race number 10. A win for number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. In 2nd place, number 9, Miles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. 3rd place, number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Fourth, 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. In fifth place, number 514, Ryan Partridge and Alan Elliott. And in sixth place, number 93, Andrew Simons and Darren Wills. The winning time, 1 minute 43.58. 1 minute 43.58. The numbers were 7, 9, 2, 118, 514 and 93. Right, here we go then. And riders come up the line. First one up the line is Tim Nobes. Not a good start for Tim first out, but hopefully he'll improve as the day goes on. Andrew Appleton is out in this one, number 4. Phil Harris from near Cirencester. One of the veteran riders these days. Gareth Hickmott, he was going well at Bridgewater the other week. Simon Cohu also in this one. And of course Richard Smith, number 33, who's out just in front of us. David Durham is a non-starter. We didn't know that David being a non-starter, but he is. Tim Nobes gets an absolute flyer and he's got the beating. Andrew Appleton back in third place. So good start there from Tim Nobes. Tim's holding off, but Andrew Appleton moves along, comes alongside and swoops into the lead. So Andrew Appleton really is a master. Just look at him go. He's really kicking it on here as he comes down the home straight. Andrew Appleton, Tim Nobes, Richard Smith, followed by Gareth Hickmott, Phil Harris and Simon Cohu in that order. As they go round, but Andrew Appleton wasn't that incredible overtaking manoeuvre. He got left in third place, but he didn't take long to swoop his way through. So Andrew Appleton here in race number 11. Well clear of Tim Nobes. Tim doing much better this time. Richard Smith in third place. Then Gareth Hickmott from the southeastern centre, followed by Phil Harris and the young man from the Channel Islands, Simon Cohu. The son of a former rider, Bill Cohu. So on to his final lap goes number 4, Andrew Appleton. Number 12, Tim Nobes. No change there, still second. Richard Smith still third. Gareth Hickmott in fourth. Then it's Phil Harris on the Westlake there, followed by Simon Cohu. As Andrew Appleton takes the checkered flag. What looked like a very, very quick time indeed. Tim Nobes gets second. Richard Smith comes in for third place. Well, 2 races, 2 wins for Andrew Appleton. The result, a win for number 4, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 12, Tim Nobes. Third, number 33, Richard Smith. Fourth, number 7, Gareth Hickmott. Fifth, 297, Phil Harris. And in sixth place, number 60, Simon Cohu. Winning time, 1 minute 28.61. 1 minute 28.61. Moving on to race number 12. We stay with the solos. Martyn Williams is back out in this one. Looked very impressive first time out. Steve Braidford had problems in his first race. He should be back out in this one. I don't see him yet. Chris Cooper tells us it was his son-in-law in the chair yesterday. We wondered who was there with Chris yesterday. Right, Anthony Bougourd in this one. Number 11, Bill Haynes in this one. Lives just down the road from the circuit here. Martyn Williams, what a note magnets there on the racing rises, and it is Martyn Williams who gets away first, with Martin Sturgeon there chasing in second place. But again, Martyn Williams looking very impressive. Former speedway rider, used to race for St Austell, Stoke, Swindon amongst his tracks. Also had a couple of outings for Wimbledon, but now concentrates on the grass tracks, and you can see why. He's very, very quick on the grass tracks, and he leads this one. Martyn Williams then out in front of Martin Sturgeon. Then Rory Cavill, who had bad luck yesterday, and then it's Adrian Cutler out of Bill Haynes. Adrian Cutler, the father of quite a few other Cutlers that race on the grass track circuits. And we got one rider coasting out of it on the left-hand side. Martyn Williams in, the clear leader. Rory Caville in second. So Rory Caville got the better of Martyn Sturgeon. Martyn slowing up slightly. Then Adrian Cutler. And then it's Bill Haynes. And the rider who stopped was, in fact, Anthony Bougourd. He's not going again, so I'm not sure quite what it was, but he should get round to get the checkered flag, so he'll keep on going. Martyn Williams on his final lap, ahead of Rory Caville. Then Martyn Sturgeon. Quite a way back from them, it's the man in green, Adrian Cutler, who leads Bill Haynes. Bill, who's raced in many classic events over the years, including Southern Track Riders. And the checker flag goes to number 25, Martyn Williams. Rory Caville gets second place. Martyn Sturgeon third. Adrian Cutler gets fourth and Bill Haynes gets fifth. The result, a win for number 25, Martyn Williams. In second place, number 36, Rory Caville. Third, number 15, Martyn Sturgeon. Fourth, number 97, Adrian Cutler. And in fifth place, number 11, Bill Haynes. The winning time, 1 minute 38.98. 1 minute 38.98. Turn off this time, so we're not sure why Tim's not out there. When he got the name, Chris Johnson gets a good start. Steve Leigh is also got quick away, and Phil Ashcroft again. Some of the red flags have gone out. The race has been stopped, and Thomas Cooper is still on the start line. So back up to the line they come. Phil Ashcroft, the nearest us, number 83. He was quite quick away. First time out. Steve Leigh was also quick, and it is Steve gets a good start. Phil Ashcroft on the outside of him. Chris Johnson on the inside. Chris Johnson comes tight on the inside, but doesn't quite get there. So we've lost a rider. Rider going down. So the red flag has gone out. The race has been stopped. So it looks like it's Steve Leigh, I think, that tumbled off. He's even being filmed by Bob Ruffle. Right, here we go with the rerun. Race number 13. Rob Snow, number 189, first up to the line. Phil Spencer, 921. He comes up to the line. A member of the Southern Centre Grasstrack Riders Association Committee. Then we've got Thomas Cooper there, 153, coming up to the line from Kent. And Phil Ashcroft at number 83. Phil Ashcroft gets a good start on the outside. Thomas Cooper chasing him. Phil Spencer in third. And Rob Snow fourth off the line. That's the order. But Phil Ashcroft from the Midlands looking very, very impressive today. We've seen him out earlier on looking superb, and Phil Ashcroft leading the South Eastern Centre boy, Thomas Cooper. Down the hole straight away they come with Phil Ashcroft in command here, with Thomas Cooper chasing. Those two riders well clear off Phil Spencer and Rob Snow. Of course, a depleted field with a couple of the riders going out following that tumble up on the pits turns. But Phil Ashcroft, very much now been racing 20 years. Very, very experienced campaigner indeed, as he leads Thomas Cooper. Thomas always getting in the results on a regular basis. Phil Spencer's been getting quicker and quicker as the season's been going on. A regular clubman down here in the Southern Centre ahead of Rob Snow. Rob had a very busy afternoon yesterday. He was racing yesterday as well. But this race, it looks like Phil Ashcroft is not going to be beaten at all, as he holds that clear lead over his Kent rival, Tommy Cooper. With the two club boys there in third and fourth place. Checkered flag then to Phil Ashcroft, followed by Thomas Cooper in second place. Phil Spencer will come around for third spot, and Rob Snow will be fourth. The result then of race 13, a win for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second, 153, Thomas Cooper. Third, 921, Phil Spencer. Fourth, 189, Rob Snow. And the winning time, 1 minute 39.31. 1 minute 39.31. So first up to the line, it's Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing, number 111. Also in this one, number 8, Andy Kerrison, and Richard Filimore, his passenger. Tony Starke, winner first time out, is in this one, number 23, with Peter Halday in the chair. Andy Downs here, is it? Watching, is that what you're pointing at? Yeah, Andy Downs here. We saw him earlier on. Yeah. Away they go. Off the line. Watch for the colourful characters, the crew from Holland. They're there. 111 is up into the lead. So it's the Dutch crew out in front as they start to pull away. Good battle going on for second place. Tony Starke's moving up. And will he be able to catch the Flying Dutchman here? 111, Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing then lead down the home straight. Tony Starke in second place, Andy Kerrison in third. And then after a good start, to drop him back there, 156, Alan Morgan and Martyn Boyd. But Tony Starke is not letting the Dutch people get away. Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing are leading, but Tony Starke is chasing. Tony with his new passenger there. But here's the colourful character of Mark Detz, who's leading this one. And the position's not changing at all. Tony Starke cannot make any inroads at all at the moment on 111, Mark Detz. Yellow black flag comes out. And it really is to see some of the top Dutch crews over here racing in the UK, especially down here, and at the Danebury's biggest meeting so far. It's very, very short 4-year history. Mark Detz heading for the checkered flag, being chased by Tony Starke. I don't think anything's going to change as the checkered flag's made ready. 111 it is, followed by 23 and number 8 in that order. The result of race number 14, a win for number 111, Mark Detz and Gerald Elsing. In second place, number 23, Tony Starke and Peter Halday. Third, number 8, Andy Kerrison and Richard Filimore. And in fourth place, number 156, Alan Morgan and Martyn Boyd. Winning time, 1 minute 48.27. 1 minute 48.27. Number 3 then, first one up is Leicester and Anthony Goodwin. As they get the groove ready for their race. 69, Scott Francis and John Skinner next up to the tapes with Mike Reed looking at the outside line here. Mike Reed, they didn't do too well first time out with Mark Hopkins in the chair. And then we got 21, Nick Radley and Craig Mathison. They went like a rocket train first time out. We've heard Chris Johnson's got problems, so he won't be out again, unfortunately, in the solos. So riders in on the line. What's for number 21 and 3 in the centre of the track. '21 there, Nick Radley and Craig Mathison got a good start. Let us say battle round towards us. We have the two outfits that have broken away. Nick Radley and of course number 3 Lester Goodwin are the ones out front. Nick Radley followed by Lester Goodwin. Then it's number 69 Scott Francis next, and again Mike Reed at the back. So Mike not having a good time at all. Well, Nick Radley certainly pulling away, certainly doing the business here. Nick well clear of Lester Goodwin. So Lester Goodwin with work to do, but it is Nick Radley who's taken total control of this race. So Nick Radley and Craig Mathison from the Eastern Centre out in front. The yellow and black flag goes out. Still Lester Goodwin in second, Scott Francis in third, Mike Reed in fourth. So no change there. But you have to say that Nick Radley looks very, very impressive today. And dominating this 500 sidecar race number 15. Checker flag goes to number 21, Nick Radley. Lester Goodwin second, Scott Francis third, and Mike Reed in fourth place. The result, a win for number 21, Nick Radley and Craig Mathison. In second place, number 3, Lester and Anthony Goodwin. Third, number 69, Scott Francis and John Skinner. And in fourth place, number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Hopkins. Winning time, 1 minute 48.42. 1 minute 48.42. That's very, very close to the previous time, race 14, isn't it? So number 4 it is, first up to the tapes. That's Wilfred and Dennie Detz from Holland. Also in this, Jojo van der Verve and Eric van Dijk didn't do too well first time out. They're right on the inside there, gate number 1. Moving up into gate 2 is number 56, Wayne Reed and Clive Preston. And the final one to come up to the line is Paul Moorcock and John Cook. They had a reasonable start to the racing in their first leg. But one to watch there is that's number 4, Wilfred and Dennie Detz. Off the line they go. Paul Moorcock gets a good start, and it looks like Paul Moorcock has got the drop on him, but Wilfred goes around the outside, and it is the Dutchman who take the lead. Wilfred and Dennie Detz there in the blue go down the back straight, leading this one. It's already starting to pull away. So Wilfred and Dennie Detz from Holland lead, being chased in second place by the local rider, Southern Centre, Wayne Reed and Clive Preston. Then it's Paul Moorcock and John Cook with the other Dutch boys. Jojo van der Verve in fourth place. While a couple of the Dutch boys looking very, very quick indeed. Be interested to see how they get on when they come up against Nick Radley. Number 4 is who's leading this one. Wilfred and Dennie Detz on the 500 GM, looking very, very impressive. Over on that far side from us here in the commentary box as they swoop down the back straight and have a, well, clear lead over Wayne Reed and Clive Preston. The yellow and black flag goes out. Graham holds the flag out there. On the final lap they go. Still Paul Moorcock chasing in third place. And well, the other Dutch boys not doing too well, are they? Number 11 there, Jojo van der Verve. And in fact, hand goes in the air. He's completely out of it. So Bad luck there for those Dutch boys. So looks like it's just going to be 3 finishers. The result, a win for number 4, Wilfred and Dennie Detz. In second place, number 56, Wayne Reed and Clive Preston. Third, 1, 2, 3, Paul Moorcock and John Cook. Winning time, 1 minute 47.15. 1 minute 47.15. Right, the 500 sidecars after 2 legs. Mark Detz and Nick Radley both lead on 12 points. Wilfred Detz on 11, Tony Starks on 11. Lester Goodwin on 10, Wayne Reed on 8, Scott Francis on 8, Andy Kerrison 8, and Paul Moorcock on 8. That's the order of the 500 sidecars at the moment, and how things are progressing. So up the line we've got Colin Blackburn, number 25, is the first one coming up to the tapes. We've got Paul Johnson on gate 1 on the inside, nearest the commentary box on the outside, number 60, Richard Thomas, and next to him it's 1, 2, 4, Mark Heatley. That's the order. Blackburn gets a good start, but look at the speed that Paul Johnson had as he swooped up the inside, but it's Colin Blackburn who's got the lead. And Colin Blackburn leads down the hill from in second place. Alfie, if you could come and see Andy, please. Thank you very much. So Colin Blackburn leads, Paul Johnson in second, Richard Thomas in third, followed by Mark Heatley. So that's the order, but Colin Blackburn is really pulling away now from Paul Johnson, winner first time out, and Richard Thomas there doing the chasing. Colin Blackburn then looking very, very impressive yet again. Number 25 with Paul Whitelam Jr. in the chair. Coming down to start his final lap, and just look at the lead he's got over the previous winner Paul Johnson and Richard Thomas. And the former Cornish champion Richard Thomas has no answer to Paul Johnson from the Eastern Centre at the moment. Local boy Mark Heatley at the back. So coming down for the checkered flag, Colin Blackburn is the winner, number 25. The result of race number 17, a win for number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. In third place, number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. I should say Paul Johnson is in second place, number 7, with Russell Little in the chair. Third was number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. And in fourth place, 1, 2, 4, Mark Heatley and Martyn Davis. Winning time, 1 minute 42.94. 1 minute 42.94. So race number 18. The outfits come to the line, and it is in fact man of the moment there, Rob Wilson. Number 24 with Nicky Owen, who is coming up to the tapes first. Dead centre of the track. Andy Simons is next up there. Nearest to us, Ian Leamis, 183, that's nearest the commentary box. Tight on the inside, on gate 144, Darryl Sweetland. And then it's the Cornishman, Phil Sims. Ian Leamis, passed by Simon Beanie. Rob Wilson, that's by Nicky Owen. Phil Sims by Daniel Bray, and Phil Sims doesn't get a very good start as they roar off the line. And Rob Wilson looking supreme. So they come round those pit turns. They've sorted themselves out. They come down the hill for the first lap. Ron Wilson absolutely flying. Andy Simon's having a better ride this time ahead of Darrell Sweetland. Then it's Ian Lee Amos with Phil Sims, who very slow off the start, Phil Sims, and of course he's now suffering because he's right at the back. But again, Rob Wilson, be interested to see now just how fast he's actually going, because that is very fast out there, and just look at the speed he goes as he comes down the home straight. Andy Simons from Cornwall, second, then Darrell Sweetland, Ian Lee Amos this time back in fourth place, and then it's Phil Sims in that order. But Rob Wilson again with a massive lead like he had in his first race. Also the fastest sidecar so far, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes final. But Rob Wilson leads, Andy Simons in second. Ian Lee Amos now closing in on Darrell Sweetland. Darrell Sweetland holds him off, that's where the battle is at the moment. And Ian Lee Amos on the back wheel now of Darrell Sweetland, and he looks at the inside line and he swoops through. So Ian Lee Amos gaining a place there. Rob Wilson has taken the checkered flag. Andy Simons keeps it going. He doesn't have the passenger, but he kept it going. Ian Lee Amos gets third. Darrell Sweetland gets fourth, and Phil Sims will come around for fifth place. The result, a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen. In second place, number 93, Andy Simons and Darren Wills. Third, 183, Ian Lee Amos and Simon Beanie. In fourth place, number 44, Darrell Sweetland and Mike Bishop. And in fifth place, number 8, Phil Sims and Daniel Bray. Winning time, 1 minute 39.43. 1 minute 39.43. Well, we've just been told that Dave Haynes is here. He used to be the passenger to Dick Packham, and busy in deep conversation there with the Salisbury Club members. John Hiscock out in this one. John had a very good first race, didn't he, John Hiscock? Oh, Duncan Tolhurst also going in this one as well. This looks being a tough one, this one. 81 out there as well, John Stafford. John Stafford's got passenger Fraser Sutherland in the chair. Also number 9 out, Miles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. And number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Oh, we got a different lineup in this one, that's for sure. John Hiscock, the local rider, very much involved, helping the Danebury club. He's nearest us in the green, you can't miss him. Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Steve, of course, a legend in Grasstrack, winning British Championships as far back as the 1970s. Duncan Tolhurst, recent winner of the Wimbledon Whopper. Scotty Marshall's walked away, takes rise. Duncan Tolhurst gets a very, very good start indeed. John Hiscock swoops round the outside, but it's Duncan Tolhurst. Miles Simmons is also in there, but it's Duncan Tolhurst who swoops down that far side. Wayne Westaway also in a good position, and Wayne Westaway comes by John Hiscock. Steve Smith tucked in behind John Hiscock as well, so the battle is on here as they come round towards us. That's towards the commentary box and the start line. It is Duncan Tolhurst who leads, Miles Simmons in second place, Wayne Westaway in third, then it's Steve Smith followed by John Hiscock, and then John Stafford. And John Hiscock, after that first race, so when he did so well, is quite a way back. Now Steve Smith closing in on Wayne Westaway. Wayne Westaway doing well to hold off the former British champion there, but at the moment up front is Duncan Tolhurst being chased by Miles Simmons. Duncan Tolhurst is clear leader from Miles. Still Wayne Westaway holds off Steve Smith, and John Hiscock there losing ground, but well clear of John Stafford. So the main battle is between Steve Smith and Wayne Westaway, and Steve Smith lines it up and goes by Wayne Westaway. Wayne Westaway fights back as they go into the pit turns. It's a wheel-to-wheel battle between these two, the young pretender and the veteran Steve Smith battling it out. And it looks like Steve Smith has got the better of Wayne Westaway as they come by the commentary box on to their final lap. John Hiscock still chasing. John Stafford's pulled out, he's on the infield. It looked like his bike was actually misfiring when he came by, so obviously problems there for John. But here comes the leader for the checkered flag, Duncan Tolhurst and Terry Saunders. They take victory in race number 19. The result, a win for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Terry Saunders. In second place, number 9, Miles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. Third, number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. In fourth place, number 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. And in fifth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Gareth Beminster. Winning time 1 minute 40.70. 1 minute 40.70. We're now on to race number 20. 514 is the first outfit of Ryan Partridge and Alan Elliott. First ones up to the tapes. Next to them, number 3, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Ivor Matthews is back out. Ivor had a problem first race with Dave Hogan, so they've got work to do to get some points. Also in this one is Paul Whitelam and Ian Whale, former British champion. In fact, Ivor Matthews also a former British champion. Whitelam on the inside gets a good start, and Ivor Matthews has had a terrible start. And the passengers, okay, he's off the track. So we've one of the outfits are losing the passenger. But up front, of course, Ivor Matthews had problems there. And the race has been stopped. The race has been stopped. The driver's still going on. Of course, no red flag up at the top, so he didn't actually see that. A good start, being chased by the pack. Now Paul Whitelam there, and Ian Whale in the chair now starting to pull away. Behind Paul Whitelam, Ryan Partridge. Then number 17, Ray Westbrook, and then it's Paddy Monk there with his passenger, I should say Lester Page with his passenger now with some Bostik on his Kevlars to keep him on that saddle. Paul Whitelam though out in front and leading this one. Ryan Partridge in a second spot. No change there, still number 17, the addition to the programme, Ray Westbrook with Tony Heath in the chair, doing the chasing in third place, and Lester Page and Paddy Monk in fourth. No change, but Paul Whitelam in total control of this race as he starts his final lap, winding that throttle on, and well clear. So the checkered flag being made ready by Graham, a prominent member of the Swindon Grasstrack Club. The big fella then holds the checkered flag out, and Paul Whitelam takes victory. Ryan Partridge gets second place. Ray Westbrook gets 3rd, and Lester Page gets 4th place. The result of race number 20, a win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Ian Whale. In 2nd place, 514, Ryan Partridge and Alan Elliott. 3rd, number 17, Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath. In 4th place, number 3, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Winning time, 1 minute 44.59. 1 minute 44.59. The numbers were 92, 514, 17, and number 3 was how they finished in race number 20.